Hey there, this is Darren. Day 41. So it was right at the end of one of our boot camps. My co-presenter, sometimes we have this little thing where we'll do a circle and we'll sit down and really open up and talk about what the event meant to us. And even though we were leading, we always participate as well. And my co-presenter said something. He's somebody who loves reading books and studying, and you could see him get like choked up, and we're leaning in and listening, and he said, "How dare I be into self-development and never read a book on being a better parent?" So he has young children, and I don't know why, but it struck me. And at that time I was raised Catholic, but I had decided to recommit to God, and I was getting baptized. And it made me think of me and my story and my life and the life that I'm trying to live. So his aha for him became my aha. And growing up Catholic, I had always, gone to church and seen, heard and understood the same Bible passages over and over again, the highlights in a sermon. But I thought, if I'm really going to commit my life, how dare I never read the Bible, like cover to cover? And if you're really committed to something, if you really say you want to be a better parent, you want to be a better spouse, what is that thing that you commit to? And have you ever bought a book from a guru that maybe have some answers that could give you insights to actually doing better at what we claim we want to do? So I got choked up and realizing, like, how dare I say I'm going to live this life and not actually take the action that would be so logical to actually make that happen. So if I'm dyslexic, I'm not a great reader, but I started reading 3 or 4 passages a day, and I'll be honest, a lot of what I read I don't comprehend, but it still kept resonating with me. How dare I? So I continued to read, and it took me about a year or so to get through the whole Bible, the Old Testament and New Testament, but I did. And now I'm going through like a second and third time, and I'm going through a reading plan. But this isn't necessarily about the Bible. This is about what is it you're really committed to, and are you really committed to being serious about it and making it a priority, and learning insights from people who are, let's just say, great teachers in that area, whatever that area is for you. And so that was a big aha for me, and I really had to push myself, and I really had to challenge. But I'm like, if I'm going to work on my identity, who I am, I need to change some of my habits. And so now I start each day with reading like a passage, and I go to my church's, we have an app called Catalyst, which like you read the passage and then it explains it. It almost interprets it. So it, like, we call it in my office, we tease me and say we got to Darren it down. We've got to Darren it down. We've got to make it simple. So one of the things that I believe makes me a good teacher is that I need to really understand something, and it needs to be simple so that I can teach it. So I got to Darren it down. So this Catalyst app also like encourages me to do just that, or to understand what I just read, because I'll go through it and I'm like the numbers, and I'll like read it, I'm like, what? I don't understand, what does this mean? I'll go Catalyst, and sometimes I still don't know, but I continue the habit, and I really think it's affecting me, and habits do affect us, good or bad. So what is it that you're really committed to, that you say that you really want to be a better parent, a better speaker, a better whatever? Find the great teachers and really commit, and just a little bit a day can add up over time. So that was like 2 or 3 years ago, and so I'm still pretty good about that habit, and it's definitely affected me. And if you ask people who are close to me, or guys in my men's group, they would verify that or not verify that, but I think they would. But what is it that, how dare I? think about yourself and your life and what you say you're committed to, and it was hard for me to accept that, but how dare I? How dare I? Ask yourself. Tell your story. Inspire by example. See you tomorrow.